Great to have you guys. My name is Sergio Alzate. I'm here on behalf of ComEd to talk about smart meters. Has anyone received a smart meter yet? Okay, good. That's why we're here. This area has already been deployed. And if you want to follow along, I'm going to talk about programs listed on the sheets we handed out, or you can follow along on the screen. So we're going to explain what a smart meter is, how it works, how it can benefit you, and why they exist. So let's start. How do you know if you have a smart meter? Simple. You can check on your ComEd bill. There's a meter number. If it starts with the number 2 on your bill, then you have a smart meter already. If you don't have your bill handy, just check where the meter is. The old meter looks like this. It has the analog dials that spin to measure energy use. But if it looks like this with the digital screen, then you actually have a smart meter. So you can check. Most of the time it's outside in the backyard. Wherever the old meter is, the new smart meter is replacing it. But what is a smart meter? A smart meter is a digital electric meter that collects your energy usage and sends it wirelessly, directly to ComEd. Because of that, it will actually virtually eliminate all estimated bills. Has anyone received an estimated bill here? Show of hands. One person. Oh, that's good. I usually get more hands. You receive an estimated bill because the meter reader didn't read your meter that month. Are you all familiar with meter readers? Yeah. So we send meter readers out each month to read the old meter. That's how we bill you accordingly. But sometimes the meter reader isn't able to read the meter. It might be because of a locked fence or snow or a dog, or they just couldn't get to it logistically. In those cases, you get sent an estimated bill. But once you receive a smart meter, since the meter communicates wirelessly directly with ComEd, it will eliminate the need for estimated bills. You'll get an accurate bill every single time. And one of the reasons we're actually installing smart meters is to operate more efficiently. And the more efficiently we operate, the more savings we accrue, which we will be passing down to customers as we collect them. I'm going to pass down this smart meter. You could feel free to pass it around. And has anyone heard of the new smart grid? No? One person. Great. So basically, we're modernizing our electric grid. There's parts of our grid that have barely changed in 100 years. So we're modernizing our grid with updated technologies to reduce the number of outages and to provide better reliability. I'll give you guys an example. Has anyone here had a power outage before? Yeah. It's a trick question, I know. So when there's an outage, what do? You call ComEd and report it. ComEd doesn't know there's an outage until you, the customer, calls in and reports it. The reason is simple. Our grid is so old and antiquated, we don't have the technology to detect outages. We can't respond to an outage until you, the customer, calls us or uses our online notification system or somehow lets us know. Because of that, we respond to outages. The response time is a little delayed because we don't know there's an outage unless you tell us. Also, when we send service trucks to restore outages, a lot of times they don't know exactly where the outage was. So we send a team out to the area, they have to kind of check different lines, and eventually they pinpoint where the outage was, but that spends a lot of time and resources. The longer it takes for them to do that, the more we end up paying. But we're actually modernizing the grid to avoid all of that. Once enough smart meters are installed, the meters themselves will detect outages immediately and let us know exactly where the outage is. That way we can send service trucks out immediately, exactly where the outage is, so that we can restore service quicker than ever before. And we're storm hardening the system to withstand more storms to reduce the number of outages that occur. Not only that, we're also installing what we call smart switches, or distribution automation, on the actual power lines. And what they do is they automatically reroute power during outages. So many times you can get your service restored immediately when there's an outage. Has anyone here ever gotten a flicker in their whole house that was just for like a second or 5 maybe? A lot of times that's actually the smart switch in effect. So what may have occurred was a power line or a tree took down a power line during a storm. The smart switch made the automatic decision to use another set of power lines to restore service to your home immediately within a few seconds. Had the smart switch not been installed, those few seconds of flicker would have just been an outage until we fixed the cause of the outage. So again, we're modernizing our entire grid to provide less outages and better reliability. So we project to save about $2 billion over the next 20 years. And here's a quick video that explains a little more.
A smart meter will give you greater control over your electricity use, more than ever before, and will help provide you with better service. By the end of 2018, every customer across Northern Illinois will have one. You can think of a smart meter just like ComEd's traditional meters, except much smarter. How so? Well, unlike a traditional meter, a smart meter automatically and securely sends your electricity usage information to ComEd. This helps eliminate the need for meter readers to visit your home or business, and the resulting operational savings are fully passed on to you. A smart meter also gives you access to more information about your electricity use. It can help you develop smarter energy habits that could lower your electric bills, and provide you access to optional pricing programs, like the new Peak Time Savings Program that can save you money. And once the smart grid is complete, smart meters will provide better customer service by automatically reporting power outages. So if they do occur, your power can be restored more quickly. That's pretty smart for a meter. By harnessing the intelligence available through a smart meter, you'll have greater control, more savings, and better service. ComEd, powering lives.
So once you receive a smart meter, you'll have access to your daily energy usage as soon as the next day online. Does anyone here track their energy use currently? A lot of shaking heads, no? Well, if you did, do you know how you would do so? Go on your computer or check your bill. So you receive a bill every end of the month, right?
Right.
And it has your energy use. But once you have a smart meter, you can go on your computer and check the next day or the next week. You don't have to wait that entire billing cycle to see how much energy you've been using. And the more information you have, the more you're empowered to make a difference. And very important, smart meters only measure the amount of energy being used. They do not measure how you're using it. If for some reason some super hacker decides to hack into the meter, the only information they'll get is total kilowatt hours of use and a special number that we attribute to your account. It's not your account number. It's a number that back at ComEd offices, we know that it connects to your actual account number. It doesn't have any of your personal identifying information on it. They're not going to get your name. They're not going to get anything except for total kilowatt hours and a special number that we connect to the smart meter. And we use the latest in cryptographic technologies similar to the US Department of Defense to prevent unauthorized access to the smart meter information. And regular testing ensures the highest standards of cybersecurity are maintained. So what I was leading up to this whole time are online energy management tools. Once you have a smart meter, you can not only check your energy use daily, you'll have access to all of these tools that'll help you make an energy savings plan and just better manage your energy use if needed. For example, personalized savings tips. Based on the information you provide about your home, the most relevant energy savings tips will pop up. And you can create an energy savings plan and set an energy savings goal. If you're checking this in the summer, summer relevant tips will pop up. If you're checking in the winter, winter relevant tips will pop up. But this is just a good guideline to keep you on track if you need it. And also neighbor comparison. I'm sure you are all familiar with this. Has anyone received in the mail like comparison to their neighbors? So basically what that's doing, what this is doing, it's comparing you to similar sized homes in your neighborhood. It's not exactly the next door neighbor or the neighbor across the street. The person you're being compared to will never be revealed, but we pick similar sized homes in your area to see, are you more efficient or less efficient than your neighbors? And if you end up being more efficient, that's great, keep doing what you're doing. But if you notice on the graph that you fall way below the rest of your energy efficient neighbors or neighbors in general, you have these tools that you can fall back on. You can look at your personalized savings tips and see if that helps with the comparison. If you provide more information about your household on your online account, the comparisons will become much more personalized. Because some houses may have gotten recent new additions, maybe they have a swimming pool we don't know about, or different family size. But if you provide all that information and more, maybe number of TVs in the house, you'll be compared to even more similar neighbors to get a more accurate comparison. And personalized bill comparisons. Compare your usage the previous month to the same month last year. That way you can see, in the long run, are my energy habits improving or getting worse? And if you notice they're getting worse, again, you can always use the personalized savings tips to help fix that. And energy usage insights. This is basically 2 line graphs. One of them measures your energy use throughout the entire year, and the other one measures the outdoor temperatures throughout the entire year. That way you can see, how does each season affect me? In general, summer and winter affects us all the most, but you don't have to work in generalities. You can get specific data based on your household's habits to see what season affects me the most. Maybe fall affects you more than you thought. But with this, you can actually see what your habits are like and take the necessary steps. And high usage alerts. You enroll for this free program once, and you'll receive an email or a phone call if your energy use is trending unusually high for your normal habits. And this is free. The reason why this might be helpful, we had a customer that was at a workshop who had actually signed up. And he told us that he signed up for the high usage alerts, and he got 5 emails in a row, Monday through Friday, alerting him of unusually high usage. He had no idea what was going on, but since he kept getting repeated usage alerts, he looked into it and investigated. Eventually, he found out that the water pump outside was malfunctioning. It was running on consecutively for hours. It wasn't raining, there was no flooding, but just the water pump was broken. But luckily, since he signed up for the usage alerts, we let him know something was wrong, and he fixed it. Had he not gotten the usage alerts, he wouldn't have fixed the water pump potentially for weeks, until he got his bill at the end of the month and realized it was 3 times higher than usual. He saved a lot by just getting notified. And I know that's not a typical scenario, the water pump malfunctioning. This is a free service. Sign up for it once, and you will be alerted if something is acting up and raising your bill unusually. And weekly usage reports. You enroll for this once, and you'll receive 1 email a week that will break down how much energy you used every single day that past week, from Monday to Sunday. Not only that, it'll take the day when you use the most energy, in this case Wednesday, and it'll break down that energy use hourly, by the hour. That way you can look at that graph and isolate during which hours your energy use was the highest. Let's say, for example, you see that it spikes at around 3 p.m. You can ask yourself, what happened last Wednesday at 3 p.m.? Did I have guests over? Did they leave the fridge door open, the lights on everywhere? And if that's the case, you can sit your guests in front of the email the next week and, and show them, look, you came here at 3, my bill went up this high. Either turn off the lights or maybe help me with the bill. But again, maybe you won't have the guests over again, yeah. But again, this is a learning tool. It's perfect for the kids. I know growing up, my parents would constantly tell me, turn off the lights in your room. You left the lights on again. Why are the lights on? And they would always tell me it raises the bill. I never paid much attention to them. In one ear, out the other. Had they had an actual graph to show me when I came home from school what was going on, I probably would have believed them. I thought they were just picking on me. And projected usage. At any point during your billing cycle, you can log on and see what you're projected to pay at the end of that billing cycle. Let's say it's only 1 week into the billing cycle. You log on and you see that your projected usage is 1.5 times higher than usual. Well, it's only 1 week into the billing cycle. You still have 3 weeks to change your habits to see if you can lower the projection and not pay as much. Use the personalized savings tips that are available to you and see if the projection changed a few days later. If it lowered, you probably changed whatever habit was raising your projection so high. But if not, again, you still have time. That's what this is all about, time. You can check this every day, or every week, or every other week. As long as you check it more than once a month, you're already getting more information than when you wait on your bill each month. And this is free. If you haven't yet, you can create your free account at comed.com/myaccount. All you need is a valid email address and your ComEd account number. The sheets we handed out have the instructions on the back. So you don't have to write this down. It's printed on the back of the sheets we handed out. But please, even if you don't have a computer, give us a call at the smart meter number, 866-368-8326. This is the first phone number on the sheet we handed out. Give us a call and we'll actually register you over the phone. Let's see, other ways you can save. Now that we have smart meters, we can start implementing these different rate programs. One of them is peak time savings. So basically, every summer, we designate 2 to 5 days as peak time savings days. These are the hottest days of the summer when demand is the highest. Everyone turns on their ACs. But if you enroll in peak time savings, you'll receive a call the day before to let you know, tomorrow between this time and this time is a peak time savings day. If you use less energy than you typically do, we will reward you with credits on your bill. And what's great about this program, there is no downside. Either you use less energy than usual and you get the credits, or you don't and you get nothing. But we're not going to penalize you for using more energy, but we will reward you if you use less. And to enroll in this, call the Peak Time Savings phone number, 844-852-0347, or visit the ComEd.com/PTS. And this, all you need is a ComEd smart meter. It doesn't matter who your retail electric supplier is. But we have another program called Residential Real-Time Pricing. And before I go on, I wanted to go over something that kind of puts this into context. There's a lot of retail electric suppliers out there, and even if you switch your supplier, you're still a ComEd customer on the delivery side. So you're still getting a ComEd smart meter. You can still enroll in peak time savings. But residential real-time pricing, it's a variable price program. Basically, electricity rates go up and down during the day based on demand. If you're enrolled in residential real-time pricing, you would pay that by the hour rate of electricity. Electricity prices are typically the lowest on nights and weekends. It's almost free at night. But customers that enroll in this, a lot of them shift their energy usage habits to times when it costs less. Maybe you'll run your clothes washer at night or on the weekends, or wash your dishes at night or on the weekends. But with this program, you would pay that hourly price of electricity. Now, residential real-time pricing isn't for everyone. It would only benefit you if you used energy when it was less expensive. If you sign up for this and end up using energy when it's more expensive, you'll end up paying more. So this program, again, it's not for everyone. I suggest you check the hourly prices of electricity. We have the residential real-time pricing phone number listed on the sheets we handed out. Give us a call or go to the website. You can check the hourly price of electricity the last few days, weeks, even months, to see if it correlates with your schedule. If it doesn't, this may not be the program for you. But again, give us a call and check hourly rates. All right, but for this program, you do need ComEd as your supplier. If you have a different supplier, check with them first. They may have a similar program. But if not, you would have to switch your supplier back to ComEd to do real-time pricing. But check with your supplier. Sometimes they charge early termination fees if you're not with them for a minimum amount of time. But if they don't charge it and you want to take advantage, definitely you'd have to switch back to ComEd as your supplier. So these are just some low-cost energy savings tips. First, turn off the lights when you leave a room. Turning off just one 60-watt incandescent bulb that would otherwise burn for 8 hours a day can save you about $19 per year. And replace traditional light bulbs with energy-efficient bulbs, CFLs or LEDs. ComEd actually provides instant rebates on CFLs and LEDs. We're partnered up with several retailers like Walmart, Home Depot, Menards, Ace Hardware, Sam's Club, and more to provide instant discounts on CFLs and LED bulbs. Don't pay full price again. Just look for the ComEd lower price logo on store shelves. And set the thermostat 10 degrees higher in the summer and 10 degrees lower during the winter when you leave your home or before going to sleep. You could save up to 15% a year on heating and cooling costs. Does anyone here have a programmable thermostat? Those are good because you can set them around your schedule. If you have a set sleeping schedule, you can adjust your temperature while you're sleeping and to go back to normal before you wake up. Or when you go to work, set it to adjust and come back to normal before you get back. These are our Smart Ideas incentives programs. These are rebates and incentives that we offer to ComEd customers. And if you wanted to check into it more, visit our website, comed.com/homesavings. That link is on the sheets I handed out. Those lighting discounts I mentioned are part of the Smart Ideas program. For the full list of retailers, go to that website, and there's a lot of good rebates and incentives. Is anyone here a homeowner? Awesome. So just so you know, if you're a ComEd customer who owns a home, a condo, a townhome, or a two-flat, you qualify for a free energy assessment. We'll send someone out to your home to evaluate it room by room to identify ways to lower the bill. And just for doing so, we'll give you free energy saving products if you don't have them yet, including CFL light bulbs, low flow shower heads, faucet aerators, insulation for your hot water pipes, even a programmable thermostat, all free of charge if you don't have them yet. And there's a lot of good programs, just go to the link. And financial assistance programs. We have a number of care programs that offer financial assistance and bill payment options for customers who need help paying their electric bill. One of the main ones is residential special hardship. It gives a grant of up to $500 once every 2 years to customers who fall within a certain income bracket and can prove a hardship. But there's a lot of options to help customers, and that's at comed.com/care. Check it out to see them all. That link is on the sheet as well. Thank you guys for listening to me talk.